What's going on, box fans? Julian Williams with The Distance. I'm here to give my thoughts on Latin Fury 12. Um, Overall, good card. First three matchups ended in knockouts. First matchup, Wolak against I forgot the other guy's name, but overall it was a good matchup for Wolak. I really hope to see him in the future, maybe fight Angulo. It ended in the after the fifth round because he had a cut over his right eye. The second matchup, Solis versus Barrett. I thought Barrett had a good style or a good strategy at first. Going hit him with the double jab move. I thought that would have been a good strategy for him, but he didn't go with that plan. I think that with Solis being 271 pounds, he could have I guess he could have ran the whole fight. Just hit him with the double jab move. Um, Solis was stalking him. He hit him with a right hook that knocked him down. And after the knockdown, it was over for Barrett because he hit him with a few barrages and it was over. But overall, good matchup for Solis. I hope to see him in the future, maybe about 40 pounds lighter. 240 may not be bad for him, but this is a man who in the amateurs beaten Felix Savone, I believe his name is, who was a great amateur. That never became pro. I don't think he became pro, but Solis had a good victory against a veteran, Monty Barrett, who went 5 rounds with David Haye, and I think it took a little longer for Vladimir to knock him out as well, but overall, in 2 rounds for Solis to knock out Barrett, it's a good feat. But Barrett hasn't been in the ring in almost a year, but it's no excuse. So, but overall, it was a good victory for Solis, so I'll give it to Solis. Third matchup, Weber Garcia against Yuriorkis Gamboa, WBA Featherweight Championship. Good matchup from Gamboa. Garcia and Gamboa, the first round wasn't really action packed or anything. It was very technical. They were kind of feeling each other out. They weren't you wouldn't expect Gamboa to fight a first round like that, but he didn't really throw his combos or his bombs or anything. But it was good to see the second round. It was good to see Gamboa come in, throw his combos and come out. That's what I like about Gamboa. Doesn't have the longest reach or anything. Not really a big featherweight, but like what the commentators were saying. But he went in, threw his combos and got out. That's it's part of boxing. But using your strengths and advantages to the other fighter's disadvantages. Garcia couldn't really defend himself against Gamboa. As you can see at the end of the fourth round, or in the middle of the fourth round, when the referee ended the matchup, Gamboa landed a short right hand, which sent Garcia to the canvas. And then the referee stopped that fight. I thought with Garcia being the bigger man, I thought Garcia could have maybe did single punches, time Gamboa, before he could do his barrage, but he didn't do that. I thought a good strategy for Garcia would be maybe hit him with the straight right or straight left and hold. That would have been his best luck in this matchup. But not Garcia, but Gamboa got the victory. I really hope to see him take on Chris John sometime, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But I'd love to see that matchup. Um, but who knows? But on to the main event. Great matchup. The irony of it all is people were expecting Lopez to get the knockout. It lasted the full 12. Motagua, great competitor. He was fighting back. Unlike a lot of Juan Ma's opponents, um, Motagua kept coming forward. I like what Lopez did. He did box, and he did get himself some rounds, which is what I kind of feared with him. I didn't think he had a lot of rounds in his career, but but overall it was a good matchup. I had it 114 to 112. Knocked down in the fifth round, and I had it 10-8 because Motagua just controlled Wanma. Wanma was hurt, so I gave that one a 10-8. But overall, it was 114, 112 for Juan Manuel Lopez. It was a good matchup. A lot of fans were expecting a knockout and stuff, but Wanma, he did what he had to do to get the victory. But in this matchup, you kind of saw a few flaws. I think that with a puncher like Juan Manuel Lopez, I think that he needs to establish a jab that could set up the knockout. Um, and that only comes with time or whatever. But the whole matchup, Motagua was throwing a wild right hook, and it was just landing the whole matchup. I think Lopez needs to work on getting his hand up, to defend himself when someone throws a hook. Um, and even when Motagua was out of range, he was still landing that hook, just coming in and landing the hook. Maybe if Lopez had maybe had a good jab or a good straight right hand or a good straight left, then it would have took Motagua out of his game plan. But there was no jab; it was just all strictly power from Lopez. But overall, it was a good matchup. You get to see the heart and the desire of Juan Manuel Lopez. Um, Hard fought win, hard tested battle. I hope to see him fight Caballero in January, maybe. Caballero in January. I hope that's his next matchup. Um, but overall, it was a good matchup, good style for Lopez to fight against. I like Bob Arum, pairing him against Motagua. But that was Latin Fury 12. It was a good card. First three matches were knockouts. The last matchup, the main event, was a decision. Um, it was a majority decision, but I had 114, 112. This was my special edition of The Distance. Hope you guys have a good rest of the weekend and enjoy your night. Peace.